Hey MatildaDusk, what's in Madrid here doing an astrology reading for you. Now, firstly, your rising sign is Capricorn. So Capricorn would make you seem rather serious when people first meet you. They might find you a little bit closed, a little bit cold, a little bit, a bit like a leader, I guess. Someone who knows how to use other people, someone who's very methodical, very strategic, very cautious and careful about what they say. Next, your sun is in Scorpio. So having your sun in Scorpio makes you, I guess that is the foundation of your personality. It makes you intense, makes you a little bit dark. It makes you a little bit mysterious and makes you quite attractive in that people will generally want to make friends with you. So I'm not too surprised if you have lots of friends, and I'm not surprised if you have a fair few close friends as well, because you seem like someone who would be quite loyal and giving to your friends. Your moon, which is about how you are inside emotionally, your moon is in Libra. So this means that you like things which are nice, you like having luxury surroundings, you don't like arguments, you don't like people who are very loud or obnoxious, you like things which are very civil, very modern, quite expensive. I guess you might have an expensive taste. You enjoy shopping, spending money. You generally don't like making decisions too quickly. You're a little bit hesitant when it comes to doing things on the fly or improvising. You rather like things to be planned out, well thought out, and well organized. You don't like conflict, you don't like people arguing, you don't like people who shout, and generally you try to keep the peace. You enjoy peace, you enjoy the forest or nature, and yeah, you just prefer a nice environment as opposed to a very chaotic and hectic one. After Moon, we have Mercury. So Mercury is about your mind and how you think. Your Mercury is in Scorpio. So this is quite a good place for Mercury to be in, because it makes you have a rather sharp and incisive sort of mind. So when you approach people or when you approach a task, you do so very seriously, very wholeheartedly, and you want to get to the bottom of things. You don't like people who talk about superficial things. You don't like people who talk about very mundane, everyday sort of stuff. You want to get to the depths of things. You want to understand what's happening in the background, what are people's drives and motivations, and just really the core or the inside of something. Things like psychology, motivation, crime, death, sex, and rebirth, stuff like that interests you. Maybe engineering or physics, but yeah, not too sure about those ones. But yeah, you're definitely interested in learning about other people and understanding what makes a person. After Mercury, we have Venus. So your Venus is in Sagittarius. Now, Venus has to do with money and relationships, romantic love, that sort of thing. And having your Venus in Sagittarius makes you very romantic at heart. It makes you very idyllic when it comes to just when it comes to love and notions of love. You want to be with someone who you can go on a journey with together. You want to be with someone who is exciting and someone who can carry you along sort of on a nice journey. Yeah, you don't like relationships which are very locked in, very formula based, I guess. You want freedom, you want to experience new things, and yeah, you want to be you want to be free to do what it is that you want to do. You want to explore everything, you want to understand everything. You don't want to settle for just something which is really normal, repetitive, and routine. Your Mars is in Libra, so generally I'd say you don't like arguments. You generally don't like people who are too aggressive. You're not too aggressive yourself. When it comes to a fight, you prefer talking about it rather than arguing about it. You believe a lot in peace, and sometimes you might become resentful or frustrated at other people because maybe they have what you want, or they just do something to tick you off. But rather than confronting them about it, you end up just resenting them and yeah, not liking them. After After Mars, we have Jupiter. So your Jupiter is in Aries. Now, Jupiter is about what you want in terms of your higher life goals. It has to do with religion and, yeah, just sort of the more higher levels of your life, I guess, larger goals. And Aries is very brave. So you're generally someone who doesn't like to compromise when it comes to your life goal. You're someone who would prefer to do what you want and not worry too much about the risks. So I'd say you're someone who takes risks. Um, yeah. Your Saturn and your Uranus are both in Sagittarius. This generally makes you someone who is a little bit more mature than other people of your age group. That said, everyone in your age group has Saturn and Uranus in Sagittarius, so you probably won't notice it so much until you meet people who are either a lot older or a lot younger than you. Then you might start feeling like you're an old soul, that sort of thing. Um, some other things, when it comes to relationships, you might be a little bit dreamy, a little bit too idealistic. Like, you might not find the most compatible or the most suitable partner for you. So if you're finding a new boyfriend or something like that, I generally recommend you consult your friends about it, or you might always find that when you're in a relationship, you're very dreamy, very idealistic, and you're not too sure why. Well, it sort of shows because your Venus is in your 12th house. As far as careers and jobs, I guess people in Scorpio, they generally do something a little bit more technical, a little bit harder, something which requires a lot of study or a lot of work or a lot of brain power, anything to do with the sciences or maths, design even. They have to do a lot of work. Something that's not wishy-washy, like maybe marketing or business management. Go for something that's a bit more intense and a bit more, yeah, that requires more thought, more depth and insight. Otherwise, you'll quickly become bored if whatever you're studying is very shallow or, yeah, doesn't have much to it. Um, yeah, that's about it. I hope it helps and enjoy.